The guest who never checked out. Room 313. I worked night security at a mid-range hotel off Interstate 41, the kind of place where the carpets always smelled slightly damp no matter how often housekeeping cleaned them. Truckers, salespeople, traveling nurses, the occasional family heading across states, those were our guests. Nothing special, nothing dangerous, nothing worth remembering. Except room 313. Everyone on staff knew the rule. Never rent out 313. No memo, no explanation, no official note from management. Just a quiet rule everybody followed without question. Some employees thought it was a maintenance issue. Others whispered that a crime happened there years ago. But the real reason was the one every night shift worker quietly feared. The hotel system always showed the room as occupied, even when no one had checked in. Sometimes the status flickered between cleaning and occupied, even if housekeeping never stepped inside. Once, a housekeeper tried to enter the room only to find her key card disabled. The system marked her access denied, even though the hotel locks didn't have that feature. Still, nothing ever happened. Until that night. The phone call around 2:47 a.m., Daniel, the front desk clerk, called me on the radio, his voice shaky. "D-Dude, room 313 is calling the front desk again." "Again? I thought maintenance pulled that phone out last winter." "They did," he whispered. "The line is literally gone. But my board is lighting up. It says, room 313, incoming call." I sighed. Maybe it was a wiring glitch. Maybe some crossed connection. Technology does weird things sometimes. "All right," I said. "I'll go check. Be right back." But Daniel didn't respond. I could hear his breathing, though, sharp, fast, nervous, like he had his hand over the receiver, like he didn't want something nearby to hear him. The hallway that wasn't cold. Before the walk to the third floor was normal. Lights buzzing, carpet worn down from years of foot traffic. But the moment I stepped onto the third floor, something changed. The air felt colder, unnaturally cold, like I'd stepped inside a freezer. And the smell, metallic, damp, like an old basement after a flood. As I walked toward 313, the lights flickered in sequence, as if something invisible was walking ahead of me, triggering the sensors one by one. My skin crawled. When I reached the room, my stomach dropped. The door was slightly open. Hotel doors never stay open. They slam shut automatically with heavy hydraulic hinges. For a door to stay ajar meant someone or something was inside. Inside room 313, I pushed the door open. Everything looked normal. Bed made, lights off, curtains drawn. But the air, it felt thicker, like the room was suffocating. The smell of wet cement was stronger now, mixed with the faintest odor of rust. Not blood, but something too close for comfort. Then I heard it. Soft breathing, slow, wet, from the closet. I froze. It was so real I could almost feel the condensation of each exhale brushing my neck. I grabbed my flashlight, walked toward the closet, heart pounding so loud it drowned out the hum of the AC. I yanked the door open. Empty. But the breathing didn't stop. It moved. From the closet to behind me. I spun around so fast I almost slipped, but there was no one, just the dim silhouette of the bed. My radio crackled. Daniel's panicked voice burst through. Why are you in 313? "I'm checking it, man. You told me to." No, he said, voice shaking. "You're standing at the front desk, right now, in front of me." I froze. The doppelgänger. I didn't run at first. My legs refused to move. The room felt like it was pushing inward, closing in around me. Another slam. The door behind me snapped shut violently, like someone had thrown their entire body weight against it. I kicked the door open and sprinted out, not stopping until I reached the lobby. Daniel looked pale. Sweat dripped down his temples. He pointed a trembling finger toward the office hallway. You were just here," he whispered. "You walked past me 1 minute ago. Same clothes, same posture, same walk." Did I say anything?" "No," he said. "You just stared at me, like you weren't thinking, like you weren't human." I felt sick, but nothing prepared me for the next part. The security footage. We pulled up the camera footage. At exactly 3:13 a.m., the elevator doors opened. A man stepped out. He looked exactly like me. Height, face, clothes, identical. But something was off. His movements were jerky, mechanical, like someone learning how to use a human body. His head twitched in unnatural angles every few seconds, like invisible strings tugged it. He walked straight to the lobby desk and stood behind Daniel, staring at him while he worked, completely silent. But the worst part, his reflection in the glass front door, it was reversed, completely backwards, like a flipped video. Then the figure on screen slowly turned toward the camera. His mouth stretched into a wide, unnatural grin, far wider than any human mouth could go. Skin pulling, cheeks cracking, teeth too many. Not my smile, not even close. As he smiled, the upstairs hallway feed flickered. The door to room 313 slowly opened, by itself. A shadowed shape, my shape, walked inside and closed the door. The last shift. We quit the next morning, not because of the doppelganger, not because the room was haunted, not even because the cameras caught something impossible. We quit because of the system log. Every night at 3:13 a.m., the system updated automatically. Room 313, occupied guest name, redacted check-in time. 3:13 a.m. status, never checked out, but the final update happened on the morning we quit. The guest name changed. It now said, guest, my full name, check-in, time, 3:13 a.m. notes, duplicate registered status, active, and under primary guest, it listed, status, replaced 6 months later. I moved states, found a new job, new apartment, tried to forget. But sometimes, late at night when I'm half asleep, my phone rings. The caller ID always says, room 313. And when I answer, I hear breathing, slow, wet, familiar, like someone with my exact lungs.